All right, everybody. So I wanted to make another video explaining how to get your force versus time graph to a more analyzable state, depending upon what you had for the time, whether you had to zoom or adjust anything, stuff like that. And then if you had to do some kind of offset because it wasn't zeroed properly or stuff like that. Let me minimize that and hide this. All right. So this is one of the ones that was donated to us to if you didn't get good data for your A engine, and this is the raw file. So your original graph may look something like this. You can see it's not very zoomed in. There's a lot of extraneous time and blank space. And this is also offset. So it wasn't maybe zeroed properly, or the zeroing might not have worked. I'm not sure, but we can fix this. First thing we want to try to do is zoom in. So we have here where that thrust is actually non-zero or non-constant in this case. It looks like it starts at about, I don't know, like 4 or 5 seconds, something like that. If each of these hash marks here is 10, it looks like. So I'm going to click this 0 on the time axis and change it to a 4. And then this right here, I'm thinking this little blip right there is where the ejection charge fires. And I think it looks like it happens before 10 seconds. So I'm going to click this last number here on my time axis. In this case, it's 100, and change that to 10. And yeah, I still see that little blip right there. So the other thing we got to do, let's adjust this in the Y direction. Now, this one's already pretty well spaced out vertically. We don't have a lot of extraneous space down there. Like, for example, if this were too close, we might change that -10 to, like, say, -15 or whatever, if we were cutting anything off. Or if we need to zoom in, we change it to a smaller negative number. And we want to adjust the top. I'm going to change this 10 to a 1. All right. Now, this data, like I said, it may or may not have been zeroed or something, but for one reason or another, it wasn't properly offset. So we need to take this entire graph and shift it down so that this time before the engine fires is on the time axis. It's on 0. We want to find out how big of a shift we have to apply. One way we can just look at these data, see what the most common value is. Or we can also highlight the region before that. And again, remember, you don't have to do this if your thing already starts out on the 0 line. This is just an extra step if your data was offset for some reason or another. But we highlight that. And if we hit the statistics button, that'll tell us the mean or average value during these times. And it looks like there's a mean of 0.6629. Okay. So what we'll do is under data, we want to create a new calculated column. And what we want that column to be under expression would be our force variable minus 0.6629. And that'll shift everything down by that much. And then for the name, I'm going to call this force and then shifted, or force adjusted. I can do that for the short name too. Force adjusted. And it has units of newtons. So we say done, and that'll create a new adjusted column. And then what we can do on our I'll delete that, we don't need it anymore. On our y-axis, instead of plotting force versus time, we'll plot adjusted force versus time and see how that shifted everything to be on the time axis. So now we're free to measure things like the impulse or the maximum force or the maximum thrust rather, or calculate or figure out the time between engine burnout and when the ejection charge fired, stuff like that. So there you go. That's how you would zoom in on, and if need be, shift your data so that when there's zero thrust before the engine was fired, the force line is on zero as well.